Hey guys, welcome back to this blissful living motto. This is Priscilla, and I am glad that you're back. Thank you. We continue today on our journey of self-love 101, and today's topic is forgiving yourself. Mm. Sit down, get yourself a cup of tea or water or a pen and a paper, and let's get to work. So, how do we start on this journey of self forgiveness? Self forgiveness can be complicated, like so many other things, but it's actually beautiful the deeper you dive into it. It is actually saying, Priscilla, I release you. I release you from those things that you did, knowingly or unknowingly. I let you go. In fact, I let these things go before because it's about the self. I let these things go. They won't hold me anymore. I am going into a bright future and I don't need these things that are always reminding me of which wrong decisions I have made or I did knowing or unknowingly, right? So, number one, let's clear this out of the way. Each and every person you see, regardless of what they do, how they look like, how they treat themselves or treat others, which occupation they're doing, presidents, which titles they have got, they have a certain thing that if you ask them, if you were to sit one on one, face to face with them, they would say, I wish I could go back 10 years ago. I wish I could go back 20 years ago and change ABC. I wish I knew better then when I made this decision, right? So you're not alone in this. I just want to comfort you with this thought. You are not alone. We all, 100%. If these people are human, if they have got a beating heart, they have got something that they regret. I will use the word regret, where they could just go back, right? If you ask them, they would say, I would go back and change this because I didn't know better. At the foundation of forgiving self, there is a statement that says, you are telling yourself literally, I can become a better person. I can leave each and every junk behind me and just start afresh, right? I can use the exact things, the exact wrong decisions that I made. I can use these as lessons for me to see, okay, I did last time or 4 years ago, I did ABC. It didn't work out that well, and I even have to fight to defend or even to live with some consequences, right? So now I know better. I'm wiser, I'm older, I'm going to do better, right? So you can actually use that as a foundation to reflect on those things, to say, okay, this didn't work out, right? Not for me, not for anybody. So let me just do things better this time. Let me use that to work on myself to be better. So actually forgiving yourself and digging for what to forgive yourself about is actually can be used actually as a foundation. Number one. Number two, forgiving yourself will increase actually your productivity. Have you ever been there? Have you ever bitten? Very sincere question. Have you ever been there, done something and beaten yourself up for so many years or for such a long time? I know you have, because we said we are sincere here. And hello, you don't have to watch these videos with anybody. You can watch them by yourself because it's about self-love anyhow. So if you are there and you are like me, you're human and you're honest, you definitely have ever beaten yourself up about one thing or the other. I would have done that. And now look, I have to deal with ABC. Oh, I wish I would have done it better. But right now, actually, you can just let that go. You can say, this is actually only um, blocking me from going forwards, right? It is just blocking me from doing things that I love. Like we said in the other video, I let you go. Priscilla, I let that go. I let that old self go. That old self that didn't know better. That old self that didn't have the information that we have got now, right? That old self that didn't want maybe to listen to advice. Now we are totally on another slate, on a new slate. Let us do better. And believe me, once you have decided to forgive yourself and it goes through, you go through with the procedures and the processes. Once you forgive yourself, you're going to live a more productive life because you are going to stand with a certain boldness of, yeah, that was me 5 years ago, but it's not me anymore, right? That was me and my decisions, and sometimes it's not even you. We have There is a very big difference. There are worlds between you doing something wrong or deciding for a wrong decision and you totally being wrong, right? Those are two different things. Think about it. Judging yourself is not going to do you any good. No. Judging yourself is actually going to make you feel more bad about yourself. It is going to say, like I told you in point number 2, it's just going to like decrease your ability to do so many other things. It's going to decrease your ability of doing good, of doing more good into the world, of doing more good for your family, for your friends, for your parents, right? Because there is a certain way of beating yourself up. There is a certain way in which that makes your self-esteem shrink, right? Because you're judging yourself. I did that and that. I can't stand over here and tell people about this, right? I did ABC. I can't stand over here. What will people say if they hear I'm now spreading the good news when I did bad things in my past? Well, honey, this is 2020. It's time for you to forgive yourself, to move on and live a productive life and build your self-esteem up, because honey, up is where you belong. Believe me, there is no space for you. Like the bottom is too crowded, right? So break through and forgive yourself. One point I want to add on to this: if in your life you did certain things that you're not proud of, certain things that you have allowed yourself to forgive, right? You've given yourself permission to forgive yourself about ABC. And then there is a group of people, or there is a person who still, every time you talk, they are bringing your past back. They are bringing whatever you did back. Beloveds, if people don't want you to live past your past, to live in the present right now, to be a new you. Every time you meet, he did this, now he's pretending to be holy. They were like this, now they're doing no. You know all those quotes or quotations or words people use. A zebra will always have the stripes. They people don't change. No, people don't change. You will see. Give her 2 years, give her 4 years. Honey, those are not your people. I said, those are not your people. No, right? So if they're just wanting you to always stay in the position, in that space, in that matter of fact dark place that you've always been into, honey, wake up and look around and see, why is this person always taking me back? Why is this person always pointing to things that I'm trying to forget and forgive myself about, right? So ask yourself, get clear about these things and ask yourself, why does ABC always bring up this thing whenever we talk? Honey, if you've decided to forgive yourself, number one, go through with it. Write down whatever thing that you think you have done, knowingly or unknowingly, things you want to forgive yourself about, things you regret. Like we said in the beginning, forgiving yourself is not excusing yourself from the things that you have done. Number one. Number two, It's not judging yourself and saying, look, you did this and you did that. It's not beating yourself up. No, it's going through these things and saying, I have come to the conclusion. I need to round. I need to get rid of all these things and say, okay, I didn't know better. I didn't I didn't have the information I have now. Let's move on. Get out of my way. Let's move on. Taking these things as lessons, right? To say, okay, I did this decision this time, last time, but this time I'm going to decide better, right? So, honeys, forgive yourself, number one. Number two, pour love into yourself, right? Like I said in the other video in forgiving others, if you haven't seen it, please click here. Um, Forgiving yourself will allow you let go of things, right? And letting go of those things that were not good for you, there will be a space, an empty space left behind, right? And because that space is empty, the second step you do after forgiving yourself is you have to pour love, right? So forgive yourself, pour love in that place. And number three, my favorite one, demand from each and every person around you to love you the same way, to treat you the same way, right? Regardless of what you did in the past, what you did not say or do in the past, how you behaved in the past. Demand the love and the respect and the honor from each and everybody around you once you have done those two steps, right? Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for always coming back. You are always coming back. That means I'm making sense. Thank you very much. Please subscribe and let's see each other in the next video, which will be about how to ask for forgiveness. Bye.